Hello everybody, this is Nick the Creep and we are back for another fun little contraption. So you may have seen one of the previous videos I posted with the invention mashup. If not, you should go check it out. It'll probably be up there in the right hand corner where you can find it. But I'm going to show you a secret little key. So here you walk up, bookcases. Nothing special. You know, you think maybe there's a secret door around here, you grab a redstone torch. A lot of people used to do this. You could pop a torch down somewhere and open a door. Maybe this spot. Doesn't look like it. Well, let's see. What if we throw this down? Nothing. What about this? Nothing. Oh, but look, we have our Nether Star magic keys. We can toss one of these in, and we can get right in. And it closes right in behind us. So let's fly back over here and I'll show you one more time. All you gotta do, you take your star, your Nether Star key, special item. We toss it down. We can go right through. Alright. Now let me get down and show you some of the mechanics here, and then we'll build it. So this is working off of a hopper minecart above a hopper. And then we have a hopper feeding into a comparator. This is the one that actually has our Nether Star magic keys in it and gets our signal when we toss one more in. There's 22. When 22 items are in, a comparator will have a signal of 1. When we put one more in there, 23, we get a signal of 2, and it sets this whole operation in motion. So we get a signal of 2 with 23 items, and we pull that signal down, turning this torch off, which allows it to move into this hopper and eventually into the chest. Now if you throw an item that isn't the key into the hoppers, it will go down this way into the chest, but it won't activate the mechanism at all. Now at the same time, when we get our signal of 2, we send a quick little pulse through this, and what happens here is this repeater powers this block, which actually powers this piston. But it has enough time to get a quick pulse through, and we pull it through with this repeater here. Now, this little setup is something that I'm going to start using a lot, probably. This is a design by XfOB-VQLdw. I'll link his page in the description. It's a timer. It's super efficient. You can set it to whatever time length you want. So how this works is, right now the redstone block is on top of this hopper, so it's powered and it cannot move its items into this hopper because they're feeding directly into each other. Now while these items are in here, it's getting power and it's sending that over here, shutting this torch off and shutting this all off. Now when we activate this and we send power through here into this system, this is going to light up, forcing this block up, sending a quick pulse through into here. And this piston is going to grab that redstone block and pull it over onto this hopper. And when it does that, this will be unpowered and it can pass its 2 redstone over into the item hopper over here. And when it does that and it moves its 2 items out, its comparator will turn off, which allows this torch to turn back on, and it pushes the redstone block back over into this position, which more or less turns it on, and then it turns itself back off. So when the items feed into this hopper on this side, we'll get a signal, and we pull that signal up, and we use it to shut off these pistons here. We shut off this one first. At 1 tick, it pulls the bookcases back with slime blocks, and then we pull them out of the way so you can walk through at 4 ticks with this piston. So now let's try to build it. Okay guys, we're going to need quite a few different items, but just to start out, let's start with some building blocks. And let's try and make this exactly the same. I just kind of went with it here. How far are we from the ground? We are about there. That's what we're going to go with. So usually guys, when I start doing any redstone build in my world here, I usually build higher up off the ground to give myself space below, and I usually make myself a 5x5 platform just to get started. So here, let's go ahead, and this is going to be our designated block. Let's use glass for now, and we'll put glass right here. This is where we're going to throw our items in. So we need to come below it 2 blocks, and this is actually where we need our hopper facing down, and above it we need to shift click here to place this track and this minecart hopper above it. And then we are going to place blocks around him to hold him in place. Alright guys, now we need to go down a couple, 1, 2, and we need to get our comparator out and put our comparator here, and we need this hopper to feed into the comparator. You don't want this guy to face down into him, and then this guy needs to point into the comparator. Let's get our chest out. This is where all of our goodies are gonna go. We don't need those anymore. So let's throw a couple blocks down and put a chest right here. And then we need a redstone torch. Oh, we need so many items for this, guys. And we are gonna put a block right here with a redstone torch and a hopper feeding into this chest. Now this is gonna be our item filter. This is gonna be the one that says, hey, you know, actually, we need to face, we already made a mistake here, guys. This was my bad. We need to face this first one sideways, because he's gonna feed the items that aren't the key down over. So that guy's facing over into this hopper, down, down, down into the chest. You've got this guy facing over into the comparator, and the one below him facing into the chest. Now we need to come back up here. We need to reset our track, because we went ahead and messed that all up. So we put our track down, we got this guy down in there. Take our glass and cover him back up. Let me go ahead and set the time so we get some daylight going up in here. Alright, now this is more or less the basic setup for the item filter. We're going to run a couple of pieces of redstone, and here we are going to take a repeater, set here going this way. Now I wish, guys, that you could put redstone down here, but you got to keep it level here. We bring it down, face it into the guy with the torch. Both these you can just put them at 1 tick. They'll be fine like that. And you can see here, oh, we got a piece in there. It was powered, but just one. It didn't go all the way yet. So right here is going to be our block that grabs our signal with a sticky piston below him. And then to grab it out of this block, we're going to take like that. Actually, I put this one further ahead. We put a repeater here. That way we made sure that we got the signal all in good. So just like this, guys, we got our 2 redstone. So this guy will get power and he'll send it out here and out here. This will pull it out of the block, and this will get it from the redstone directly and push it into this block. So now you can pick whatever item you want. It doesn't matter. I like the nether stars because they're cool looking. You just take your anvil, and let's see. What if we use wither skeleton skulls? And we put these in here. Wither, let's say wither key. We name these guys our wither keys. And now only these will activate the door. We're going to put these in, and then we need, let's see, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So now when we throw an item in there, nothing's going to happen unless it's that wither key. And if it's that wither key, it's going to send a signal out that's going to go this way here. Now we're going to start working on the clock. Right here is the block where our redstone is going to be. Beside it, a block with a torch. And then here we have the same kind of piston setup that we had here, where the block is taking the power and it's going to send it out this other side at just the right time. Just the optimal moment. There's probably better ways to do this, guys. I'm not a redstone expert. I just, you know, I like to play around and make some things every now and again. And this is something that I think is pretty cool, using a hopper system where you can just toss an item on the ground to activate anything at all that you want to activate. So this comparator we need to feed into the block with the torch, and right below here we need a comparator facing out away from the whole mechanism, and that guy is going to have a piston on top of him facing in. And now we need to place our hoppers, so you got to put that one down and then put this one down face into him. Take this one out and then face it into him. Now you can put your redstone block on top. Doesn't matter which side you put it on to start out with, really. And for this door I used 2 items. It was just about the right amount of time to open it and get through before it closed. I didn't want it to stay open much longer than that, but you could have it stay on for a long period of time. This is exactly the system that I used in the invention mashup that I did for the submerged stepping stones. And that I think I used 15 items, and it helped it stay on just long enough to get across before it all started to come down. So from here, this is where we're going to grab our power when this guy gets his items. And we need to put a repeater right in front of him, so we don't have to worry about the signal strength or anything. Now guys, this is pretty much the workings of it. This is everything that you really need to have any operational device. You don't really need anything else. We can throw a chest on, see nothing happens, nothing lit up. It probably went right down in here. And then we can throw one of these guys on, and the whole thing starts going. And it starts working pretty quick. So now we can decide what we want to hook it to. For this I just went with a small door, but you could do a much bigger door. So right now let's just go with what I already did. We'll set this up a little bit. We'll make a 3x3 area, and let's get some bookcases out. Some bookcases, because bookcases are a great place to hide a door. I mean, they look good on a wall. Not a whole lot of people use them for decoration. Oh, and we had a sticky piston right here. Not a whole lot of people use them for decoration anymore, really. What am I doing? We need to go one more. Why you gotta do me that way, bro? Let's get some slime blocks out, because I've started using slime blocks instead of using 2 pistons. Here you could use 2 pistons and probably have the same success, but this way works out pretty good as well. We don't need to do that though. We want to come, is that far enough? Yeah, that's far enough. So this will extend over, and it's going to end up grabbing this slime block once it's been pulled back. So what I did now is I started laying out the hallway. After I figured out where I wanted all my stuff at, start bringing this out, and anytime you're using slime blocks, you're pretty well gonna have to use obsidian somewhere. There's just no doubt about it. Let's leave that side open until we see exactly where it all moves to. Yeah, we're gonna need one above it, and that's it. It's gonna fill in the rest. So to power this, I just put a repeater on the side of this block, facing into where this piston is, at 1 tick, because we want that guy to activate first. And let's get some redstone out. And then over on this guy, we need to give him some power, and we want to do him at 4. We could probably do a little less, but just for safety's sake, we're gonna put him at 4. And let's bring this down a little bit right here. We want to have this whole section powered all the time. So we need to bring this redstone to the other side any way that we can. Bring it on across and get him connected. Not like that. Like this guy right here. We'll hook him up. And then let's pop a torch down, is what I usually do to check and make sure everything's getting powered properly. And it opens just like we want it to. it gets pulled back first, and then it gets pulled to the side. And the reason this doesn't activate first, even though it has one tick, is because it won't get power until it gets pushed by this guy first. So, we are going to probably put a block right here with the torch. And now we need to run a repeater into this block. Like so, to shut him off when he gets power. So we can do... Oh, actually we're going to have to go out a little bit more, just like so. And run our power up, and this guy should be operational now. So we can toss whatever in there, nothing happens. And if you want to keep this hidden so that no one even knows, you could just put regular andesite in there. No one's going to see it at all. If you toss an item on the ground, whoa, it just disappeared, nothing happened though. But you got your key with you. This guy opens up, we can go through, and we are home free. Secret door, just like that, guys. See, this one turned out a little bit different. We shaped it a little bit different. There's really any way that you could do it. That way probably looks... Well, no, it doesn't really matter. It's going to work regardless, guys. As long as you get these connected together and keep them powered. And then you make sure that you run your repeater into the block that your redstone torch is on to shut it off. Everything will be fine. You just hook it up to this system here that I showed you. Like I said, this was made by Azuma Void. I'll link his channel in the description. And this has been a hopper key to activate anything. Endless options for this, guys. You could activate... Whoa, what happened? What happened? Something happened. Why aren't you cooperating now? Let's check this out. Oh, we're getting a problem here where we're receiving power from here and here at the same time. So, see, you gotta kind of be careful a little bit here and there, guys. Because you can run into these issues where you'll power a block that you don't want to at a bad time. So now we can knock some of this out, and we just kind of changed our route around a little bit. Got it away from that piston because it was firing this piston off after the power went through. And that's not good. That's not good. We should be okay now. Okay, apparently not. Apparently not. Where is the issue arising from? It probably has something to do with all of that being so close. Let's run it a little bit further away like this, and we will see what happens. Now we're gonna have to change our design a little bit. We want to put this here, and then we need to run our repeater into this guy so we can actually bring this down. Alright, let's set the time. Let's troubleshoot this together here, guys. Why are you open now? Oh, we disconnected it from here. We need to bring this guy back up. Is that gonna work? Is that gonna be okay? What about like that? Let's try it, guys. Let's troubleshoot this guy out. That's what we wanted. That's what we wanted. So, make sure you don't run your redstone too close to this piston, because if you do, you're gonna mess everything up. But for the most part, it's, you know, not a big issue. It's just a little troubleshooting. Like, you know, it was working, and then we ran a little bit of redstone and it quit working. So something is getting power before it should, apparently, is the way I like to think about things. But guys, we got our wither key here. We troubleshooted the door. We got the door working properly. This is a awesome hidden key idea to, like I said, anything. You could use this for anything. Anything at all. If you just want to activate your farm by, like, throwing a hoe on the ground. Like, oh, here's my hoe, and the whole farm harvests all the crops and everything. I mean, you can do anything. So, if you guys like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out a lot, guys. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed, because that really helps the channel out a lot, guys. I really appreciate you watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you again next time.